In this chapter, I will talk about the sword. I will add the sword to the simulation as I told you from before. And here we keep the sword aside, but now I will add it to the simulation. Before that, I wanted to mention that our animation is not made like for this character. So it's colliding with the sword here, and we wanted to avoid this. So we have a new animation, and this is having the hand moved out a little bit, so we don't have too much interaction or too much intersection between the sword. This will cause an issue in the simulation and will take so much time to calculate. But with this way, there will be an interaction between the hand and the sword, but not like this. This is too much. Okay. Let's go to the sword here. As you can see, this is the sword, and this is the strap either for connecting this to the body. So this I make this the sword as a one piece, and will make another piece with these pieces, but we have to select based on the alembic path. Okay. So we have two object, the sword, and this will be a static geo, or we'll use like a shape match in the volume, and this will be cloth. So we have more freedom for this leather to move back and forth. All right. First of all, I will union all these objects together and make sure it's one piece, and I will convert it to VDB, and after that we'll calculate it in the volume in the volume constraint. Okay, so I will add a polyfill triangles, and we close all the opening. I will add boolean, the first and the second input, union. This way we will have all the objects union together. So when we add a VDB, okay, this is looking good, and now we have like empty from inside. If we kill this, we have multiple objects, and this is not looking good for the simulation. So we make sure we have one uniform closed object, and we add a reshape to maintain the original shape a little bit, like 0.5, convert VDB, okay, the polygons, and I will use poly reduce like the first, like what we did on the other object. Let's equalize, let's go 20, let's go 15. 15 is good enough for this. Okay, copy this now, call it sword, sword proxy. I will do cleanup. Also, before I forget, I have to add attribute transfer to transfer the path attribute. And I will kill the name attribute. So let's do the second one. The second one will be easier to do. We just copy from old remesh and poly reduce. I make sure we have a good geometry. This is looking good. I think this is not an issue. We don't need to fill this because this will be pinned to anim. So let's add another null. Sword. So little proxy, okay. So now I will add a lasso. Like always, $OS, and call this sword leather pin. And let's select visible only. Okay, this will be pinned to anim. Maybe you can increase this a little bit, like this. Okay, depends on what you like, but I think this is enough. And after that, we'll add cloth. Okay, cool. I think we'll make the density 0.001 and thickness 0.5, 0.65, layer 15, and that's it. Okay, let's do another one. So this will be shape match. Okay, cool. I will increase the stiffness to 1000. Okay, so now I will add the volume constraint with the stress geometry. Convert this to stress. I like to make this 20 constraint per point. Make this 0.001, so we make sure we have a lot of constraint between each point, and the stiffness is good. And we are going to add another one but this one will be long constraint between the whole object. So this, the jitter will be 5 and the constraint 100. No need test normals, and this will be 0.02. So we have constraints between the whole object, so we can maintain the shape a little bit. After that, we add another volume constraint. This one will be pinning the animation on the top. So this will be matching. This will make sure this strap will stick to the anim and follow the body. After that, I will merge these two. Select this and this. Alt, and we merge this. We copy the merge, and this will be also. Move this to the constraint and this to the constraint. And after that, we add another volume constraint. So we need to make sure we have connected the sword with the leather strap. So this way we'll have 10 constraint, and now we are going to be connecting the sword with the leather. Let's do a test. Let's increase the stiff, the sub steps, and let's release it at the ground, like 0.5 for example, and see how it bounces. Good. I think we have also to add dynamic friction to 0. Dynamic friction to 0, and call this dynamic friction. So we don't this to stick with any part of the cloth. And let's add the pin and see how it reacts now. Cool. I think that's it for the sword. Let's add the volume back. And we can add it to the whole merge. It's calculating. Cool. All right. Cool. I wanted to mention something. This pin to target was after the point deform. I moved it up, so it's a bit faster to calculate, and this will reduce the simulation time because this will be calculated once, and after that, if we move from frame to frame, it will be very fast. Let me show you if we copy this after and disable this. It's taking too much time to calculate each frame. So this way we'll reduce calculation time. Okay. Adding the sword, and I think now we can cache a new version. Let's cache this version and see how it goes. I forget to turn on this film constraint, so I have to re-cache again. Let's cache it. Okay, now the simulation is finished. Let's see how it looks. So now it's looking nice. Let's do a flip book with this. There's an issue with the bag, but this is not a big deal. We can fix it. Okay, so as you can see, we have a good looking movement with the sword. It's dynamically moving. The bag is have a crashing. We have the previous simulation where it's having no issue. Maybe we can use the previous simulation, but I will see first if we can fix this in post, or we can use the bag from the previous version. Let's see how it goes. And I think in the next chapter I will talk about point deforming and post fixes for the whole geometry.